Good day, good people, skinny monkeys, if you will. It's your boys, Action Mike, 123, and Benny Lofton. So we're coming to you again tonight with a LSP video. So we've been talking about LSP forever. And it's time to drop the bomb on you and talk some talk. So Ben, how you doing tonight, man? I know you had a great day at work.
So far, so good. Yeah, it was a good one. One of those good ones. Like my boss might watch this, so it was a good one. Uh, and
I
yeah,
heard, yeah.
yeah. In case you see this, it was a great day, and I love working there. It's a good day to talk about Stellar too, and LumenSwap. And LumenSwap is a decentralized exchange on Stellar. So just to get into it, it's an exchange built on the Stellar network that allows you to swap and trade assets using a friendly, minimal interface. And that's direct from the site. Essentially, what that means is that all you need to interact with the marketplace and be a part of the community is the token. There's no other barrier to entry. You buy XLM and you're immediately part of the community and able to play on the playground, essentially, of the marketplace that has an NFT community. It's a trading application. There are all sorts here. I'm sharing my screen. There's a lottery going on that we'll touch on a little bit more later, but there are a lot of different pieces of the marketplace that the token earns you access to and that can do a lot of really cool things with. And Mike, from there, do you want to talk a little bit about your experience with Lumen so far? You've been in the game longer than I have.
Yeah, man. So I got in during the auction, luckily. Saw it on Twitter, did a little bit of reading. They did a good job convincing me that it was a good opportunity. Turned out that it is. And like you said, I mean, they've got so much going on. You plug in with the LSP token and you're able to, take advantage of the auction platform, a lottery platform, AMMs, swap function. There's soon going to be a bridge to Ethereum and the Binance Smart Chain, where you think about, liquidity and stuff like that, and money being able to come in, to the protocol and to the Stellar blockchain as a whole, right? I mean, that's huge. But like you said, I mean, it's an interesting project just because of how many features and I guess perks that they have, and one of the main features that I'll touch on real quick. And my favorite feature is the monthly rewards. So every single month on the 28th, if you hold 10,000 or more tokens, right? So you have to hold, I'll always say 10,001, right? At least, then you're part of the pool where you get on the 28th, you get your portion of that, of those rewards every single month. So since, I guess we're going on some months now, several months now, every single month on the 28th, I get a check, right? Like I get those tokens dropped into my account that I can either hold, sell, tap into the LumenSwap protocol and, take advantage of the many different, faucets that they have there. But it's just a very interesting deal. Like you were saying, in order to get into the protocol, you have to have this LSP. But if you hold more than 10,000 tokens, they basically give you free LSP every single month. So, that's huge, man. It's like residual income.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. It's like a stock dividend. And just to elaborate a little bit on something you said about the bridge, that's really important. And to share my understanding of it, it's almost like the LumenSwap marketplace has built itself up into a town that's now worth coming to. And this bridge will be like a highway exit. And that's going to be an explosion for the enablement of commerce in and out, because now they plugged in to the Ethereum blockchain ecosystem. To every other blockchain ecosystem, you can come and go. So that's going to open up a whole lot of opportunities for essentially additional funds and continuous growth of the marketplace. That's already pretty cool. So I wanted to touch on the bridge really briefly, and also just to mention that this round 3 of the lottery is live. And the reason I want to mention that is because I think the Lucy's are really cool, and that's up for grabs this time. And Mike, do you want to elaborate a little bit on the lottery? You actually participated. I have not.
Yeah. So I think And I just want to real quick, like, like you touched on one of the, that's really cool. Like if LumenSwap turns out to be that bridge from Ethereum, from the Binance Smart Chain to XLM, like that would be freaking massive. So I mean that's a huge point there. I don't want to just glance over that. That would be awesome. But yeah, so they're doing another lottery here. So they've already done 2 lottos, 2 whips. So they did a Tesla. I think they may have done 2 Teslas or another. I'm not really hip on the electric vehicles and everything like that, but they've done 2 electric vehicles or XLM, the XLM value of them, right? And basically, again, like we were talking about, you use this LSP token and it gets you onto the platform. Every LSP token is 1 lottery ticket, right? So, let's say you put in 10 LSP, you get 10 lottery tickets, 10 chances to win. One of the really cool things about it is everything's recorded on the blockchain. So there's no funny business. Like you don't have to worry about, Joe Blow's, cousin winning
picking names out of a hat and every
yeah.
piece of paper is the same name. Yeah,
exactly. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. You yourself can go back and look and see who won and how, everything's documented. So you don't have to worry about that kind of deal. But, they've already done 2 successful lotteries. This is the 3rd one. And we talked about this a couple of weeks ago on the LumenSwap show. Shout out to Ben and Harley for having me on there. Shout out to the boys.
Guys. Yeah, that was a great episode.
Absolutely. Thank you. So, we were talking about this and Ben had a really good idea to do an auction for a Lucy. So I think that, that's what we're seeing here. They actually, we talked about it 2 weeks ago. Boom. Here we go. Proofs in the pudding.
I remember him dropping that. And
crazy.
Yeah, speaking of talking about the ideas and the reach that this has right now and has grown, you sent me this tweet and we thought it was pretty dope that they had a billboard in Times Square. I mean, you think of brands like Nike or Adidas on billboards in Times Square, so you're legit if you're up there.
Crazy, dude. Yeah, man, I saw that, and I honestly thought it was like clickbait or something. I thought it was some nonsense when I first saw it. I was like, wait a second, this is real. But yeah, my audio is a little off in my ear.
Yeah, while we're scrolling over to Twitter, we wanted to give a couple shouts outs and just to touch on something too. Anytime we review something, we're people. So we're not going to say something's awesome if it's not awesome. If we don't know the people behind it, at least well enough to trust them, if we haven't invested enough to feel good about them ourselves, we're not going to hype something up or direct you guys that way. So even if it ever becomes monetized, we will not do that. You can at least trust that what you're getting from us is character based and that we've done our homework on it enough to at least feel good about it genuinely ourselves. And you want to give a couple of shouts out here?
Yeah, so Bullring Crypto, he's the educational leader over at LumenSwap. So he's the one, he helped me out. I remember when I first invested, I watched his first, I think he did the first LumenSwap YouTube video, and I probably watched it 100 times sitting in my living room. So shout out to Ben. And then we've got Mr. John. If you click over to John's Twitter, I want to shout him out real quick. Just got engaged. So shout out to John and his fiance. Absolutely. So, and John, again, he helped me out with the auction itself. So, I had some questions, and again, I mean, and we'll just touch on this real quick. It's just very interesting, man. Like the community, in this space, right? Like, where can you go and invest in something, right? And then go on Twitter, talk to somebody on Twitter, and them actually help you out with the process of getting into the investment, right? So you're watching this video, you're confused, you don't know what, but you see the opportunity or you want to get involved, right? There are people like John, like Ben, Bullring Crypto, right? That are on Twitter that you can DM and say, hey man, like, oh, I wanted to get some LSP, but I don't even know how. Hey man, here's how. And they'll literally walk you through it. And just the level of assistance, that level of community that they have and that I've experienced, just dealing with them over the last several months has been awesome, man. So, shout out to and the community is huge. So there's a bunch of other people that I'm definitely leaving out. but I have personal experience with these two. So I just wanted to, shout them out and say thank you.
Yeah, both solid, both always helpful on Twitter, especially John. Just blows up the timeline, helping people out with his spare time. He has shit going on. He's getting engaged. So it's not like he's just sitting there doing nothing, but he cares enough to spend time helping people out. And that's super dope. And I'll go ahead over to the studio page here.
Oh, yeah. The GOAT.
Yeah, just
the GOAT.
Show this off. We've got pretty dope. What do you think, Lunar Lad or Stellar Not? What do you think?
So actually, man, somebody in the shout out to the JPEG DAO. Somebody on their Discord reached out to me and gave me some feedback, man. He gave me some tips.
Yeah, so shout out to them.
Shout out to that random dude. I was like, I literally said, like, who are you, man? Like, this is these are fantastic ideas. Thank you.
And your first question is, who are you?
Are you going to kidnap me and force me to pay you or something, bro? But again, like, even just the whole Stellar ecosystem, man, it is astonishing, man. That people like this random dude, I still don't even know who it is. Just reaching out to help. So. Again, just shout out to the community as a whole. It's been truly an amazing experience. So, yeah. And real quick, do you want to pull up, since they're doing the lottery on those Lucy's, do you want to pull up the if you go to launch app on
okay,
yeah, and just go to the actual NFT marketplace? Because one thing that's cool about LumenSwap too, and I could talk all night about it, bud. So you might want to just go ahead and cut me off.
But we'll go ahead and get to the Lucy's, because Lucy's are super dope. I like these two. I think John has that really strawberry one, so shout out to that. Now
absolutely.
You go ahead. Yeah.
So yeah, the cool thing, and I did just want to touch on this real quick, is that they have their own NFT marketplace. So you're hearing NFT all over the place, hearing NFT 24/7 on Twitter, on the news, all that kind of stuff. This is huge. So they have their own NFT marketplace. They don't have to go to an OpenSea. They don't have to go to, a third party or something, or find a client to provide this for them. They have their own NFT marketplace. So just kind of think about that for a second. That's huge. So these Lucy's are awesome. If you hold one, it automatically puts you in that 10K holder club, like I was talking about earlier, where if you hold 10,000 tokens or more, every single month, they airdrop you, your portion of the, that share, right? So holding one of these gets you into that 10K club. So they also have that utility behind them to keep in mind. So it's a good little, I like that they're doing the lottery, because I feel like these are really good little, I guess, entry points to crypto, right? Like, it gets you in the NFT. You get, residual income with the token. So it's a nice little entry point for people. So I really love that they're doing this, but that's it. That's all I want to say.
No, I think that makes sense. I think that's a good note to end on, because there are a lot of reasons to get involved in the project and not just dip your toe in the water, but actually invest pretty heavily because of those dividend systems and the airdrops. And it's cool if they do things like making the Lucy equivalent to 10K. So you have different ways to get in on those benefits. However you like to interact with the community or the marketplace, you still get to equally be a part of it, even if that looks like having Lucy, or if it looks like having 10K coins in your wallet. So I think that's a good one to end on, a good talking point to end on. And I think these Lucy's are always a good one to end on, because they're super dope to me. Just think they're cool.
They clean, bro.
Yeah, I guess I guess that does it for us on this Lumen episode. Again, shout out Ben, John, anybody else? Everybody else.
The whole squad.
Yeah. Everybody.
Yep. Skinny Monkey Studios. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it, everybody. Hope everybody has a good night. We will be coming back with more content, more nonsense, and hope everybody has a good night.